Hello. How you doing? Welcome. So let me just get a brief review. How was the first introductive class? How was it? And I think we rounded up the designing class yesterday. And how was it? Were you able to participate fully? And how was the experience so far? I would like you to drop a comments below. And I believe you have learned a lot. You have learned a lot during this training. So, starting up with the practical for the coding section, I believe you got value from the theoretical class about if statements, if else statement, and if not statement. So if you have not gone through that, we have a playback video, so you can just check around our YouTube, or the link might have been sent to you on your WhatsApp group. Go through it again and listen to it. The vital things you need to note from it, because exactly few those conditional statements will be applying it in this coding class. So let's get straight into today's business. So if you have your Visual Basic 2010 Express, you can just launch it on your system. Okay, so I have my screen already. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to first of all open my new project before I introduce you to the project we're going to build today. I know we have been doing something similar in doing our school activities, but this bootcamp, I want us to do something from the start to finish. So go up here where you have your new project and click on it. I know you all are all familiar with this project, except you sign in wrongly for upper level. Upper level are the ones we have been taking over time, and they are aware of most of the softwares you're using, and they have done built several applications on this particular programming language. So now I'm going to introduce the name. So can somebody guess what we're gonna build today? Can somebody just guess? You can just get to drop it below on the comment section. Okay. Okay, so we are just going to build a full calculator, a full basic calculator. So it's going to have the four operators, which is the plus, minus, division, and multiplication. Then it's also going to carry a cancel key and a backspace and an equal to sign. So let's save it as basic business calculator. Remember, one of the trainings we had, I told you that anytime you want to build a program, always think of useful application, something that people can use and enjoy, not only you. So this is one of them. So we are going to build a basic business calculator. So once you do this, just press OK. Our screen, our work area will open up now. So something you need to be aware of is that when it comes to this program, we have two sections. We have the user interface section, which we are going to build the calculator, the interface, the interface the user will interact with. Then the second section is where we now start coding each of those buttons we have built. So first thing you are going to do right now is to it's still loading. So it's done loading, is to drag it to a point where you can work with. So this is perfect for me. Okay, don't take it beyond this screen so you can easily see what you're doing. So the next thing I'm going to do right now is to go down to my toolbar. So toolbox rather. But before then, when we're dealing with a basic calculator, can someone just guess how many buttons we'll be needing, or guess the tools we'll be needing to work with? I want you to drop it below on the comment section. Okay, so now because of our time, I want us to go because we have lots of codes to type, lot of codes to type. So let's just go straight into what we're doing. So first thing I want you to do is to pick your first of all, pick your sorry. Okay, let's do this first. Let's name our calculator. Let's change the name. Let's change the name to, let's also name it as basic business calculator. Basic business calculator. Now you can see I am doing it down here on my properties where we have text. So I'll just press my enter. Immediately I press my enter, come up here, you can see what we have here. You can see it, the name I've changed to basic business calculator. So on your screen you might see it as form 1. Just come down to your properties and go to text and change it to basic business calculator. So when you compile your program will carry this name, just like every other game or program or software have a name on top it, on it rather. So now we can now go further to our tools and pick the first thing we'll be using is our text box. Now text box is what helps us collect data. It helps us collect data from the keyboard. So when you draw it, you might experience something like this where it refuses to expand. All you need to do, just a reminder, I know most of you are aware of this, come up here where you have this arrow and click on multiline. Multiline give you the ability, it stretches it out, and now you can now adjust it to what you want it, so how you want it to be. So I just want it this way. This is perfect for me. Okay, then you can go ahead to come down to your properties where you have your fonts. Just double click on what we have beside it and make it bold, and you can choose we want it to be very viewable, so you can choose size 36. Okay, make it bold and choose size 36. Now we're going to pick our buttons. Our buttons is the command buttons that will help us when we click on it, something happens. Okay, so we're going to pick our buttons, so you can just press B on your keyboard and see, yeah, it is button. So I'm just going to draw my button this way. Okay, this is perfect. So I'm just going to name the button. Come down to where you have your, come to your properties and where you have your text and change it from button 1 to 1. So press your enter. Then you can go to where you have your fonts. Yes, where you have your fonts, and we're going to increase the number. We're going to increase it. So I'm going to make it bold and I'm going to increase it to, let's try 38 as well. 36 right there. So this is perfect. So we're just going to duplicate this. Okay, but if this is too big, we can just reduce it, and maybe we just reduce the, is it so big? Okay, let's just leave it the way it is. So what we're going to do now is just copy and paste. I'm going to copy and paste. You can drop it here. You can see that purple line is actually trying to help you arrange it properly. So you can see I'm just going to do it again, copy and paste, and I'm going to drop it here as well. At this point, we're just going to pick two numbers. We're just going to pick two box. So you just mark it this way. Just mark it this way. Okay, so copy and paste. You can see just the two. So now we are going to rename everything. Okay, so I'm just going to come here and drag this to this point, come here and drag this to this point. You understand why we have this here. So you can just Control S to save. Now let's name everything. So I'm just going to, I have my one here, so I'm just going to change this. Come down to my text under properties, go to your text properties and change it to 2. You can change this to 3, change this to 4, I'm going to have my 0 here. I'm going to have my dot here. I'm going to have my dots, that's for decimal place, and I'm going to have my cancel. I'm going to have my cancel here. So this is going to be C. Then I'm going to have my backspace, so you can delete each number or you can delete everything. So backspace, I'm just going to use this. I'm just going to use this, and I'm going to use this will be my equal to sign. So type your equal to on your keyboard. This is going to be my multiplication or rather division. This will be my division. This will be my multiplication. So you can use your capital letter X as your multiplication. Okay, so this is going to be my subtraction, and this is going to be my addition. So this is cool, right? So once you are done with this, this is the first stage. So I want you to build something unique as this. Ensure you are doing the right thing. Okay, so ensure it is well properly arranged, well aligned. You can see how neat it is, how neat it is done. Make sure yours is as neat as this. So I'm going to meet you for next in our next class, where we start coding each of this button for it to operate exactly as like a calculator. See you later. Bye.